Well, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, the 10th of December. It's not even 9:30 yet, and I'm mostly dressed, but I'm on my second cup of coffee. And we've got a little short video today, not too long. I'm going to do... Yes, I hear. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell them you're feeling better, right? Yeah. I'm going to do my November review, and since it's already the 10th, I'll do the first 10 days of December. And then I will go through what my plans will be for the rest of December. I've got a couple of questions I thought I'd try doing in a Q&A and see how everybody likes that. And I'm sorry if I miss your question. If I have missed your question, please post it on this one and I'll make sure to answer you as soon as I can. But I've got just a couple. We'll try this and see how everybody likes it. Otherwise, I can go back to just responding individually, which I wasn't all the best at. So thought this might make it a little bit easier for everybody. And let's see, I've got a little bit of haul, not very much. And I think I have a rant. I'm still deciding whether to put it out there or not. So that'll probably be at the end. But I think I've waited long enough and it deserves a rant. So let's get started with the Q&A, which I have to put on my glasses for because I have old eyes. The first one I had was from the Unstoppable Stitcher, and she had asked about the Dinky Dice samplers that I've done. I've done 3 out of the 4. And was wanting to know if they were good to try if you've never done specialty stitches before. So I pulled out the one I just finished, and this is Autumn. And you can see how small they are. They're only about, I think, 4 inches across. This one I think I did in like 4 days, 5 days. Of course, I have a lot more stitching time than most people, so adjust accordingly. I think that these would be great to experiment with specialty stitches on. Let me put this a little bit closer so you can see they've got, and all of them are about the same. They have a good amount of beads and a lot of krennic and back stitching. And there's some lazy daisies in there and some other, there's a herringbone, I think, and some satin stitches down there. And then there's some no-cut hardanger at the bottom, which is basically just satin stitches also. I think these would be a great start into specialty stitches. They're not super expensive. Yeah, I think they'd be great. I pulled out the winter sampler, which I'm going to do here in December, just to be able to show you the kind of the instructions. I won't show you the pattern, but what she does is each one is an individual band, and the instructions, she goes through and she tells you the details of what you do on each separate band, which is really useful. It was really useful to me. And then on this page, she has diagrams of all of the specialty stitches, which I found really useful. They were very clear, and I didn't have any problem following these. So Unstoppable Stitcher, I would definitely recommend trying one of these. And trying your specialty stitches. Specialty stitches are not as hard as everybody makes them, make them seem. What I've done a couple of times is when I come to one that I'm not really sure I'm doing correctly, if I've got extra room on the side, I'll just take my threads and practice a couple of times over here on the side of the fabric before actually putting it in. Yeah, you're feeling better. Before actually putting it in the pattern. And that helps. So you're not having to frog in there. If you mess it up or you need to do one or two more to practice, you can just do it on the side there. So that's my little 2 cents. MJ Wingo asked, what does rack mean? And rack means random act of kindness. I talked about last month, I got my very first rack, which was a little Mill Hill kit and a couple of really, really cute needle minders. So that's what that means. And I'm not sure whether it was her or somebody else. I didn't write down the name. It asked if I had changed my channel name, and yes, I have. I took my name off of it, and I am now AZ Needleworker, and it matches my license plate. So just to do something a little bit different. All you guys had such like cool names, and my name was just kind of boring, so I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Let's see. Oh, Tina George wanted to know what local needlework store I go to in Tucson. And I go to the one and only in Tucson. It's called, Princess, stop. It's called the West. And here in Arizona, they do things a little bit differently. When you're looking for a store, nobody ever gives you an address. They tell you, oh, it's south of Broadway and Swan, or it's 2 blocks north of Craycroft. They never give you an address. That took a long time to get used to when we moved. So anyway, it's called the West, and it is in the shopping center, the Whole Foods shopping center at, excuse me, we have a kitty who is feeling better. Hey, stop. The Whole Foods shopping center at the corner of River Road and Craycroft. It's not a humongous store, but you know, for threads, and they carry petite treasure braids, and they do some of the overdyed threads and stuff. It's nice, and they do a lot of needlepoint canvases, hand painted ones, and they're also a little gift shop, and they have some really cute things in the gift shop. So if you're going up there between now and Christmas, I bet you could find some maybe some little gifts. So that's where I go. I've heard there's one up in Mesa. It's called the Attic, but I have never been there. That's about 2.5 hours away. I've never needed anything that bad. Although I would pass right by IKEA and the factory stores if I was going. That could be a weekend road trip. I have to think about that. You're just being all in my face today. Okay, and the last question I had was from Stitchy Revo, and she asked, when you use a scroll frame, which I do, how do you scroll, and you bead as you go, how do you scroll up and still protect your beads? And I forgot to pull this out. 1 second. Here it is. So let me just show you what I do. This one doesn't have beads on it, but you'll get the idea. So this is my Santa's Village. And what I would do if I had beads on it and I was going to scroll it up is I take just like a plain thin tea towel and wrap it up with it. When I scroll it up, I include this in it, and sometimes I'll even double it a little bit and roll it inside where I roll the fabric. Does that make sense? I also, when I do that, I loosen the tension a little bit. So it's not I have the quantum frames, and when I do that, then it's not the drum tight that you can get with these frames, but I just feel more comfortable. It makes them just a tiny bit looser, and I just like being a little bit looser so that they don't crack or anything. I did Esther's waves like this, and I have not had a problem. I didn't lose a bead, and that had a lot of beads. So try it and see. That's what I do. I don't know. I know a lot of people would rather just do all the beads at once, but I can't do that. I need to have the sparkle as I go along. That's my thing anyway. So thanks for asking the questions, everybody. Let me know if this is an okay way to do it, or whether you'd rather have me answer questions individually on YouTube. We can do it either way. So, November, finish Esther's Waves. You get to see this again. It still needs one good iron, and you can't really see, well, there you can see some of the beads. I believe the bead count on this was 5,303. It was fun to do, and this was my first humongous job of beading, and I've discovered I love it. I love beading. So we are doing more beading. I looked back to see, I kept a calendar this year, just a small little thing, and I just went through each day and marked what I worked on. So I'm able to go back now and see how many days a certain project took me, and I've been amazed. My Celtic Noel only took me like 40 days to do, and this Esther's Waves was a total of 49, even with all the beads. Now, granted, this is the cross-stitch version. I know it would have taken me a lot longer if it was the specialty stitches. But at the time when I started it, I just could not get my head around the Jessica stitches. But I think I have conquered that. So we'll try some more specialty stitches in the future. So that's my one finish. Whips, I have one whip this month, and that is actually, I shouldn't say that this was a new start for November. The Lizzie Kate 3 Little Words. I started this the day after the election. I'm not going to say anything else, but I thought this was appropriate. And I'm going to do them all on one big long fabric. this was so much fun, and I love the colors, so I think this one will be an easy finish this coming year. I had allowed in my semi-schedule for next year, which is still being fine-tuned because I just can't decide, I had allocated like a week to do each one of these, but this one only took me like 4 days, so I don't think I'm going to need 7 days for each one. It should be not a problem to get this done next year. So, and I forget what this fabric is. It's, I don't know. I don't want to give you bad info, so I don't remember what that is. Sorry. And I had another, that was a new start, and I had 2 more new starts. What can I say? Did I pull the picture out for this one? Hold on a second. Here it is. This is another Heaven and Earth design. It's called Birds and Blooms Garden. Look at those colors. You know, I'm not a big gardener or bird person, although we do get some cardinals here. Being in Arizona, we get cardinals in our backyard, and they are just so beautiful. But I saw this, and I saw the colors, and I really needed happy colors. So that's why I started this one. And I've got almost a page done. This is a flower here, and the start of the first bird is right there. So I'm having fun with this one, and I love this 10 by 10 easy guide. This is a 25 count easy guide, and it makes it so much easier to count. I was having just a horrible time counting to 20 on the magic guide, but having to only count to 10 is a lot easier for me. So we have that one. And then I started a chatelaine. I started the medieval town mandala. Because my kit came. What was I supposed to do? Just put it away and just ignore all of those sparkles and the silks and all of that? You can't expect people to just put it away and ignore it. So what I did was I did not get all of the MPI silks. The only ones I got, there's about 6 of them. They're all in blue shades, and they're the ones that Martina said, you really do need to get the silks for this because there aren't enough proper blue shades in DMC. So I went ahead and got those. All of the rest of them, I did get like the water lilies and some of the silken colors. Some of them I've never worked with before, so I'm looking forward to that. But the other regular ones I'm doing the DMC, and I'm not seeing a problem with it. I think that it's going to be beautiful, but I've been working on this thing like a house afire. And I've worked on it for 11 days so far. 11 days? 12 days? 12 days. 13 days, because I'm going to start tomorrow. She's going to say hi? Here, say hi. Hi. Yeah. We've been sick. She's feeling much better. But we're still having issues trying to get her antibiotics in her. So, but she's her usual obnoxious self again. Anyway, medieval town mandala. and I can't see, but there you go. I started the little butterflies yesterday. There's 2 of them right there. There's 6 more all around. They're 1 over 1. Princess, you gotta get down. The butterflies are 1 over 1, and they're not hard to do, but boy, my old eyes, I can only do them during the day. I tried doing one last night, and it was tough. So those will be my focus for the weekend. And I'm going to work on this through Sunday. And then I'm going to go back to Santa's Village. And I'd like to get, man, I've got a mess going here. I've got this house here, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This one that needs this down below, and it needs the red and white, and the snowflakes, and there's trees down there. So I'm hoping to get that done in the next couple of days, get that one house done, and then I would only have 5 to go. So this will definitely be a focus for a finish next year also. That and the Lizzie Kate. And then on the 20th, I'm going to start the last of those Dinky Die samplers, which is Winter Ice Sampler. And this one looks like it's the easiest of the bunch. I do believe I'll be able to whip this out with no problem. I love these. I haven't figured out how to frame them. I think I'm going to try, since they're so small, I think I'm going to try framing them myself if I can find. They're all done on the same fabric. So I'd like to try to find 4 frames that are exactly the same, so I can put them all right next together in one grouping of some kind. So I have, the others are all just loose still. I haven't worked on framing any of them. I wanted to get all 4 of them done so I could look for frames with all of them together. So that's what I have for December. It's pretty boring. I've got a little bit of stash. I did mention the chatelaine kit. I received that. It took about a month, which is what I guess it normally takes. I know some people have had some problems because they've been having trouble getting certain Dinky Dye threads, but this one did not include those. So I guess I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to wait more than a month or so. I know some people have waited a long time to get their kits, which is unfortunate. I also received, I went shopping. I got 2 charts. Now, remember when I did my Desiderata and it had the heart hanger at the bottom, and I pretty much freaked out. Oh God, bad hair today. I pretty much freaked out about doing that stuff and cutting it and everything. Well, so what did I buy? Can you guess? Victoria Sampler. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this one, but isn't that pretty? And it came with all of the stuff for it. It came with the threads and the beads, and it was on sale for half price. It was practically free. So, it came with some water lilies, the beads, there's some little hearts, and the threads that go with it. So I think I'm gonna, and instructions. Give that a go somewhere down the line. And then I saw this, and I think this was just the pattern, right? Yeah, this is just the pattern. I did not buy the well, they didn't have the accessory pack for it. I'm sure I'd have to order it online through the Victoria sampler, but this is the Christmas Day sampler. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Where did that southern accent come from? Isn't that cute? And it's got more of the heart hanger down at the bottom. Now, let me ask some of you if you've done this before. See how this is all the background after it's been cut is all green? And I think it is down in here too. And I'm assuming that that's because you put like a green mat behind it so that the color shows through. So do you put the green mat, I guess you put it behind the whole piece, because otherwise like you'd be able to see the difference between the green and whatever other color you used, right? That I don't know. Could somebody help me with that? But isn't that cute? So it's I don't have any of the fabric or anything on this one. They're looking at, trying to see what kind of fabric. Oh, 28 count. So I can manage that. It's probably all over one. And the design size is only 40 wide by 235 high. So they're saying it's, hey, stop. I got distracted, sorry. 2.85 inches wide by 16.8 inches high. So it's not huge. I didn't look, but I'll bet you a bunch of it is over one. But as long as I can do it during the day, I'm okay. And I'm doing it on hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie chocolate milk, which I love this fabric. I'm going to have to get some more of this because I can see it's a little bit darker than what it's showing up. I can see me using this for a lot of different things. And it's got Krennic, the purpley beads, some bluish beads, and then it has these purple ones. And these are a couple of dinky dyes, yeah, they're silks. Dinky dyes silks, and that's all the supplies. So it's not a big humongous investment. I forget how much I paid for it, but if you're interested, let me know and I'll see if I can find out for you. So the only other stash I had was, oh, two more things. Fiberlicious had a sale, and they're selling out all of their filament silks. She's not going to make them anymore, which, oh, I love them so much. So I bought some filaments. I got some aquamarine. They are so soft. And pistachio. And periwinkle. And fire agate. And those are all the filament silks that I got. I think she's almost out of just about everything, but they were on sale and I wanted to get some before they were all gone. And then I got, what color is this? I can't see. Chamomile. And these are spun silks. Don't know what I'll use them for yet. But they'd be pretty on a pale purple fabric. I'll have to look at And then I got a mystery bundle of her cottons. I'm not going to take these all out, but I haven't used, I've got some, but I haven't used them yet. So I'm going to try some of those. And I bought one of her patterns that's like a snowflake. And I was thinking that I might try using one of these for that pattern. Ooh, maybe the purple one. That would be pretty, the purple and blue one. And then she had some of her bags on sale, which I love. So I got flamingos. I know, I'm not usually a flamingo kind of gal, but this one just came to me. And I like that it's got the deep bottom. You can put tons of stuff in these. So, and it came with a little notions bag too. And then my last haul was, oh yes, you just want to inspect everything, don't you? The kit, I've never received a Haid kit. So I splurged and got the kit while they were on sale for Farewell to Anger by Leonid Afremov. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not really sure. And I'm pretty impressed with the kit. I got the 10 by 10 Easy Guide, which comes all in acid-free paper. And a needle and needle holder, which I had to figure out what this was. I had no clue. So I said, maybe it's to wind your thread or something. I had to look it up on the website, but now I know. And a pretty needle threader, which I haven't tried yet. I'm pretty tough on needle threaders. I hope it stands up because it's really pretty. And then I got all of the threads, which, holy smokes. But all of these things, they're all laminated, have the number and the symbol, and then they all have these the little loop things. Each color is, I'll just use this one because it's small. It's all one long length of thread. So you can use it for however long a length that you normally use. If you want to do a loop start, you need one much longer than for a regular. So you can just cut it to however long you need it. Or if you know that you've only got 5 or 6 stitches in one big area, you can just cut a piece just to do those stitches, which I think that works out really well. So anyway, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these cards with a whole crap load of threads. And I'm not sure. I think this is going to have to be a new start next year, but I haven't decided quite when. This one doesn't, in looking at the chart, you would think that it had a lot of confetti, but it's not as bad as you would think. I looked at the chart, just like these where I would start up here and looking down over there. It's got some big chunks of color in it, surprisingly enough. So this one I may do the next Haid challenge. I have failed miserably at every single Haid challenge. So this one I can do, and I will do it. The Easy Guide is 25 count. I'll do it 2/1 tent stitch. I do all of them on all of my heids on tent stitch because I want to finish one of them in my lifetime. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think the coverage is fine for me. So that's it. I think, let me check my list. Sanders Village, the Winter Sampler, Chatelaine, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, you can't get in there. No, I know. It's your secret spot that you want to get into, but you can't get in there because you're going to get stuck. So go about your business and don't scratch my cabinets. Yeah. Okay, here's a rant. I haven't had any coffee. All right. And this one won't be a surprise to anybody that buys fabric. Silk Weaver. Silk Weaver. So I have been a member of their Fabric of the Month Club for about 1.5 years, maybe? Maybe not that long. I have had nothing but problems. And I really thought, remember when they moved and they used that as an excuse for months? Well, they've been settled in there for a while, right? Well, I paid for my, I forget how many pieces. I paid a decent amount of money in July of this year for my fabric, and I still don't have it. And I finally last month started bugging them about it, and I got a story. I was told that the post office, because of course it's never their fault, the post office lost a whole bunch of their Fabric of the Month packages. And they've been fighting with them. But I never got a notification that a mailing label had been printed. So it never got to the post office. So I emailed him back and I called bullshit on him. And I said, that is not what happened. I don't care what you say. You can give me all the stories in the world, but that is not what happened. I never got a label notification. I never got a notification that it was received by the post office. No. Oh, well, you can call it whatever you want, and we're sorry. And I was like, just give me my damn fabric. And then, he has the audacity to invoice me again. And I said, no, I'm not paying you more money until I get the fabric from July. And they responded with, well, we're just going to send you your July fabrics with this one after you pay me more money. And God knows when that would be. So I just emailed him back and said, no, that's not going to happen. Just send me my damn fabric that I paid for in July and cancel my subscription, which they did. They canceled that invoice, the most recent invoice. And then I said, so when can I expect my July fabric? And I've emailed them twice, and I'm getting dead silence. So I have checked, and I have until about the middle of July, or January, middle of January, to do a PayPal dispute. So I'm going to give them like another week and maybe another 2 or 3 emails. And then I'm going to just dispute it and say, give me my money back. But I gave them so many chances because their fabric is fabulous. I love their fabrics, but I just can't do this anymore. I shouldn't be having to keep track of how much of my money they have, and they haven't given me my product. Kind of like the Millennium frames. Yeah. Over a year to get a frame. No, no, absolutely not. So that's where we are with Silk Weaver. I love their fabrics. And I understand they're very nice when you go into their store, but damn, I'm in Arizona, they're in New Jersey. It's not like I can make a trip. So I'm done with them. And I got in contact with another dyer who I've had some of her fabric before and I've really liked it. So I contacted her and I got on her list for her Fabric of the Month Club. And it only took about 3 weeks for me to get notification that she had an opening. So I'm on somebody else's Fabric of the Month list, and I should be getting my first one fairly soon. I know several people who are on her list and they haven't had any complaints about timing or anything. And even with the shipping from the UK, it's cheaper than Silk Weaver for the same fabric. So there you go. So that's my story today. Hubby's out running some errands with a friend. I may see if I can get all of this put away and see if I can do my 2016 year of review video today, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I want to get it done. And then I also want to do a 2017 plans video because I might need some help choosing some projects, and I know I can always count on you guys to help me. So that's about it for today. Miss Princess has been sick, but she's feeling much better. She goes back to the doctor next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. Just for more. Yeah, I know you don't like him, but he's very nice and he helps you. More blood tests to make sure all of her issues are taken care of, and see if we have any next steps we have to take care of, because she's getting older and she's getting, you know, the older we get, the more problems we get. So, okay, I think that's about it for now. I'm going to get my stuff together and see if I can get at least prepped for another video, and I will let you guys all go. So stitch what you love and love what you stitch, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I'll be back shortly. Bye.